And so what is it you're getting? I mean, as I said, the main goal that you're getting in the course is that by the end of the course, you are going to be able to translate from Arabic to English the verses. And if you can't, obviously, some verses will be more difficult than others. Even the difficult ones, you have the tools. So you'll know how to use a dictionary. You'll know why the structure of the sentence is in the way it is, and you'll know why it has this on the end and it doesn't have that on the end. You definitely, by the end of the 42 weeks, you are able to do that. And that's what, for example, in some of my testimonials, is like, for example, Nushaba, she says, overall fantastic for any student wanting to learn Arabic in order to interpret the Quran. I almost certainly recommend this to all students who are keen to appreciate the beauty of the Quran. We've got Arif from Blackburn saying, if you're serious about learning Arabic in order to get a real connection with the Quran, you struggle to find a better method than this. And so I have got people through, I've been teaching Arabic now for 7 years, and I've been using this method for the last 2, and it's been the most effective method that I've used in Arabic. I've been people who have had no access to the Arabic except being able to read the script, the words. They have been able to actually get there within 42 weeks, and many of them, we have a class now, because what I do after the year, the 42 weeks, I do online modules of different surahs with my students. And so, for example, we're doing Surah Mulk at the moment online. Once a week we have an hour class, and we go through about 3 verses a week of Surah Mulk. So it's a 10-week course. And we extrapolate, we look at the linguistic miracle of the Quran, appreciating the beauty of these ayahs, and then how can we apply this in our life? How does this change our life? And so I have a number of students, around 20 students now, that we're actually doing this, going through this material online, and those courses, what I do is we study them, and they're downloadable as well. And so it's about being able to give you the access to the Quran, and now after that it's about creating a library of resources so that you can constantly keep engaged with the Quran, enhance your skills in being able to engage with the Quran, so that when you open the Quran yourself, you're able to actually apply these tools in your recitation of the Quran, so that you can appreciate its beauty and change your life and have that, and gain an extra strength in your faith when you're actually engaging with the Quran. So what do you get from the whole thing? You get the course book. There's 2 course books. This is the first one. This is the first 15 lessons. And then you have another folder after that you get in the middle of the year, once you finish the 15 lessons. That's another 17 lessons after that. So the total is 32 lessons over the 42 weeks. I actually have a course outline as well. You can see how that's down at the front. You can have a look at that. You see how systematically you actually get through the year, what you're studying as you develop. So you get the course book, 2 of these. You also get the vocabulary app free. You get the 1 class online, the revision class. And also you get access to me and all the experience that obviously my 20 years studying Arabic, you get access to that. And so you've got the lessons, you've got the revision, you've got the folder, you've got the app, you've got the access to me. All of this, it comes to, if you get the early bird price, it works out about just over £3 an hour for the 3 hours a week. So it's just under £10 a week and then within that 42 weeks, you will be able to engage with the Quran. This is a priceless gift. You can't put a price on it really. Is that how many people, they have aspirations to actually learn the Quran, engage with the Quran and understand it, but they never actually achieve it. And so for those 42 weeks, the early bird price is £400, and then after the 24th of August, it goes up to £450. And so try to take advantage of that, because I cap the class sizes. I cap them at 30 so that I can make sure that the students have, I can give them the attention that they need in the class time. I don't want to have massive classes whereby I can't give them the attention that they really need in that time. And so that's what you're getting. One thing I forgot about the how is also, so you might have the question is, how do you assess my learning then? What we do is that every 5 lessons that you complete, I give you a test. Oh my God, a test. What do I mean by a test though? What I mean here is that it's an assessment. I give you a paper that has 5 to 6 sentences on it in Arabic, and you do them at home. You don't do them at class time. You do them at your convenience, in your own time. You can take as much time as you want. All that's required of you is to translate those sentences, and then you hand them back to me. And the whole purpose of that is so that I can just assess how much of this, what you've studied, you've grasped. So the tests are not to catch you out, they're not to make you feel uncomfortable, and so the whole purpose behind that is so that I can gauge what you're learning. Are you required to do those? No, you're not even required to do them. It's just obviously better for you so that I can make sure that you're learning. And so we do 5, over the 32, every 5 lessons I'm doing 5 of those. There's no final test. Because the whole thing is, even if you don't grasp absolutely everything, that's something that some of my students worry about. They say, I can't take all this in 42 weeks. You're not required to take it all in 42 weeks. Because you've got to realise, as we go through, if you decide to come onto study the modules with me, you're constantly recapping as well, all the time. And so you're getting the essential tools, and then we're constantly revising them as we go through the Quran. Even when you open up the Quran, you're constantly revising them. You're not going to master them like that. It's like driving, isn't it? You pass your driving test. Does that mean you're like a rally driver? That you're an expert driver? Of course. You've still got to put the practice in afterwards, and then it comes a time when you become really comfortable. It's the same thing with the Arabic course. And so you're not required to master everything within 42 weeks. So, you shouldn't panic and think, oh my goodness me, I don't remember that rule. It's constantly coming up. That's the beauty of the course, is that as we're going through new sentences, you're seeing, we're building upon what we've already learned, and you're constantly revising that, so that you don't have to necessarily be going through revising your grammar notes all the time. That's not required most of the time for most people. Okay? And so I just go through some more testimonials that I've got. And I've got some of my students here as well. Akhil has studied on the course before. He's 2 years ago. Akhil, were you 2 or 1? Yeah, 2. And Dawood was 2 years ago as well. So you're most welcome to ask them any questions if you doubt that they're they were less fortunate than you in that they didn't have the support that before the course. I used to teach this course. It was called Key to Quranic Arabic, and that course, the vocabulary, it had a lot more vocabulary in it. I didn't condense it down to the essential vocabulary. The grammar terminology was a lot more complicated, and also all they got from me was 2 hours class time. They didn't get all the extra perks as well, and so they didn't get the support that you get, but they still managed to see it through. So my belief definitely is that all of you are able to achieve this goal, and you've got an even bigger opportunity than the students that came before. So it's not just about studying the Arabic language. It's really about trying to get a closer connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, us coming together as a group and really trying to increase our iman, so that when we go, we really look forward to the next lesson and what we're going to gain from it, with anticipation about what you're going to gain from it, because sometimes it's unpredictable. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about sometimes in those little tangents, but they just come out, because that's the nature of the Quran's like pearls, in that you dive into its ocean and you don't know what you're going to come up. You might come up, sometimes you might come up with something small, you might come up with something big. That's the beauty of the Quran, and that's what I really want you to appreciate.